this is Fastidious Fu. I'm here to tell you about US college life for the first time today. The topic for the first episode of Fastidious Fu Season 1 is... Are you ready for this? The first topic is choosing a school and a major in the US. In my opinion, I think we can divide the students who want to attend the universities in the US into two groups. The first group is the people who have been attending universities in other countries and are coming to the US as exchange students. So they will be taking classes in the US for one, maybe more semesters, while earning some academic credits. And the second group is the students who apply directly to the US universities and probably are coming in as freshmen or as transfer students. And exchange students should already have a major selected, so before coming to the US, they'll just need to pick out a school that has a partnership with their current school. And the students who will be attending school for the first time or are transferring students will need to not only figure out which school to attend, but also what subjects to major in. So I'm here to share the tips on what to consider when you're choosing a college or a major. And in my opinion, most important thing to consider when choosing a school is its national ranking. Because name value of schools seems to have some effect in American society. For this reason, the students who attend the better ranking schools tend to have more opportunities for employment compared to the others. The corporations do not send recruiters to every school, but only to a select few, and it is more likely for better ranking and more highly recognized schools to get more recruiters from different companies, which obviously increases the employment opportunities. And also, I've seen it in many occasions when even once an individual is employed, he or she may have a higher starting salary compared to someone who has the same job title but may have gone to a lower ranking school. Also, in my personal opinion, going to a higher ranked school can help you build better personal connections as well. So absolutely consider researching about the national rankings of colleges that you're interested in. And in order to find out about the national rankings in the US, go to www.usnews.com/best-colleges. Every year, they post the national ranking, college rankings, and brief information about each school. And let me actually show you what it looks like. So this is the usnews.com /best colleges page, and you can see the national rankings of the US colleges here. And here you can see the ranking for the top 311 schools is displayed. And this year, Princeton University beat the Harvard University and took the honorable first place on the list. And you can see how the information about each college is displayed like this. Here it shows the tuition for 2018 and room and board fee. Down here it shows when the school was founded and the location and settings of the school. Here it says it's a suburban school, and here it shows whether it's a private or public school. And here it displays the starting salary of the alumni. And most likely, if you go through a couple of hoops, you might also be able to see the information based on major. So here you can see the acceptance rate for fall of 2016, which was 7%. And then if you go down a little bit, you can see the class size as well as the student to faculty ratio and even the gender distribution. And then it also shows which division of NCAA the school is in, which is a good indicator of how big the sports scene is on the campus. And then you can also see the cost and financial aid information on what percentage of students will get the need-based And another really important information that's displayed here is the campus crime stats. So under the campus safety, you can see what types of crimes could take place on campus and how often it has occurred in the past couple of years. And then under the campus services, you will see the percentage of students who own cars. So you should be able to tell if you actually need a car on campus or not. So you can also search for your desired school on the side here. I'm going to look up New York University. And you can see that the same format of information is displayed about each of these schools. So be sure to take advantage of this and check it out. Also, another thing to consider when choosing a school is the culture and or atmosphere of the school. So this can really affect how much you'll enjoy the college life in the US. The first thing to consider is the setting and or location of the school. You might want to know if the campus is urban, suburban, rural, because the cultural experience you can have, as well as the transportation issues and safety issues, can really differ based on the location of the school. So try to figure it out if you prefer to attend school in a bustling city or in a quieter countryside. And also, another thing to consider is whether you want to attend a public or private school. Some people also think about if they want to attend the religious affiliated schools, but mostly people think about private or public schools in regards to the tuition. Because as most of you guys already know, the tuition for private universities in the US is outrageously expensive. The tuition for public schools may potentially be less expensive compared to the private schools, but also keep in mind that discounted tuition rate is generally only available for the residents of the state. So for the students who are coming in from different state or for the international students, the tuition may still be extremely expensive even at a public school. Also, the number of students can make a huge difference. We generally say that the small schools have less than 2,000 students and mid-sized schools to have between 2,000 to 15,000 students, and bigger schools have over 15,000 students. And when you're attending a smaller school, the chances are that you're going to get more personalized attention from professors in each class. Also, the students and alumni from these schools tend to have stronger bonds. But on the other hand, bigger schools offer more variety of curriculums, and their athletic department and research facilities tend to get more financial support. So try to think about which size of school might suit your needs. And if you're one of those people who are determined to have fun and very American college experience, I suggest that you look into schools with great football team. Because in America, not just the students, but almost everybody gets super excited about college sports, especially college football. Of course, basketball and baseball are also very popular. But the entire campus will be a party scene on game days for college football. They have something called tailgating before game. So people bring their RVs, they grill some meat, have some drinks, play some games while getting ready for this game. Some students paint their faces and bodies and wear wigs and sing some really fun fight songs to cheer on for their teams. So if you want to experience this fun and unique culture, definitely research the college football and pick out a school that has a really good football team. And if you're one of those people who want to travel on the weekends or holidays, you should definitely research if there are any airports near the campus. And if so, how many airports there are, how far it is from the campus, and if it's a domestic airport or if they are also international airport. I hear that some colleges offer shuttle services for free or discounted prices to nearby train stations, airports, subway stations. So it might be really helpful to also learn about these services that are offered as well. Oh, and just in case you did not know, having multiple airports in the city does not always mean the same airfare to get to the same destination. So look into which airport tends to have cheaper tickets before you travel. And some schools are in an area with great public transportation, but some others might not be so lucky and might require a car to get outside of the campus. I also always tell foreign students to research the crime stats and safety on the school you want to attend before coming to America. Because individuals are allowed to own weapons in the US, and the type of crimes these students might be exposed to might be very different from their hometown. Thankfully, many schools now publish the crime stats online, so you can see what type of crime commonly occurs and how often these happen before you decide on a school. The last thing to consider is the different types of academic terms. Semester divides a year into 2 academic terms, trimester divides a year into 3 academic terms, and quarter divides a year into, you guessed it, 4 academic terms. The semester and quarter seems to be the more popular choices in the US. So schools start in the autumn in the US. So semester, which generally has about 15 weeks in a term, starts around August or September and ends in December. The next term, which is the spring semester, generally starts in January and ends in about May or June. Some schools also offer summer semester as an optional term, and quarter system, which is about 10 weeks in duration per term. Starts in September for fall quarter, ends in December. And then the winter quarter starts in January, ends in March. And then spring quarter follows, starting in March and then ending in June. And then summer quarter is often optional, and it starts around June and then ends in August or September. Lastly, trimester is about 12 to 13 weeks long, and they have fall, winter, and spring terms. If you can come to the US before you select a school, definitely sign up for a campus tour. Many schools now offer free campus tours several times a day. The tour guides are generally the current students at the university, so this might be a really great opportunity to directly ask the questions and learn more about the campus life. And here are some things to consider before you choose a major. Curriculum. It definitely helps to know what kind of classes you will have to take. Most schools have websites for each department, and on these websites you can usually find the curriculum for each major. For example, I will show you the curriculum for Georgia Tech's Nuclear and Radiological Engineering program. I personally like how they organize the curriculum. You can see the recommended classes to take for each semester for each year, and the information on how many academic credits you will earn from each class, and prereqs for these classes. So if you have a couple of majors that you're interested in, be sure to check out their curriculum to see what type of classes and how many of these classes you'll have to take. The last thing to consider is the employment rate and starting salary for the recent graduates from each major. Wouldn't it be nice to predict your chances of getting an employment at the time of graduation and how much salary you'll be earning? More schools are starting to post the information on placement rate and starting salary info online. And earlier we saw that usnews.com also posts this information, but I'm going to show you my alma mater, how they provide these type of information online. Here you can see the data is sorted by semester between fall of 2006 to spring 2017. This information's from the undergrad students, but you can also search for grad students and PhD students. And as you can see, the placement rate before the graduation is listed for each major. And even the starting salary is posted here. It shows the median, highest, and lowest value. And it even shows how much signing bonuses people tend to get. And under here, they sorted the information by each department, so you can see it in a glance. So this is the end of today's video. Did you find my tips useful? If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, because I'm all for open communication. I will either try to respond in the comments or make a video at a later date to answer your questions. And next video on US campus life will be about campus housing and dormitory life. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. See you later. Bye.